I won't get even to you all for the full match of the second leg between Burnley and Chelsea, the winners of which play Everton and Leeds in the other semi-final. The winners of that semi-final will go through to Wembley. Burnley, of course, coming into this second leg, 3 goals to 1 up from aggregate from that first leg at Stamford Bridge. Burnley, who have made massive changes, they put a much weakened side out for the cup defeat against Norwich, and they believe for themselves in that second half, and hopefully now they put their full strength squad out, and hopefully they will not make the same mistake twice. They are 3-1 up, as I say, from the first leg, 3 away goals. And let's look at the 2 lineups. Loftus-Cheek is amongst the substitutes, as you'll see. Several of the team there who played against Chelsea are on against Norwich are on the bench, but it's the biggest squad that Stutzy could put out, strongest wise, and hopefully we'll get some real action from Burnley tonight. And Goose Hiddink side, pretty strong in itself there. Diego Costa has done enough only to make the subs bench, so Loic Remy plays up front. Hazard, Rakic, Ramirez, Cuadrado, Boateng and Cahill are there, and Nathan, who got Chelsea's goal in the first leg, he also starts as well tonight. Our referee for this second leg from Merseyside, as we look at Gary Cahill on his return to his former stomping ground, he had a spell of low at Burnley, is Mike Dean from Merseyside. So we're all set then for the second leg. You're going to see the whole 90 minutes in its entirety now. Burnley in cloud and blue, and away we go. So a rainy, cold night here in the Lancashire Hills as we get this game underway. Remember, Burnley 3-1 up from on aggregate. 1 goal from them tonight, and it's almost curtains for Chelsea as far as their dreams of winning this 3-handled League Cup is concerned. The winners of this game play the winners of the other, as I said at the top, between Leeds United and Everton. 1-1, of course, in their game from the first leg. As Bojan goes on the run, Courtois with a save and grabs it at the second attempt. Remy for Chelsea. Hazard in a bit of space, and Redmond tracking back, but that's a good cross, and the header back was a good one by John Stones. 10 minutes gone then in this second leg of the League Cup semi-final. 0-0, 3-1 Burnley lead overall. Now here's the captain, who won't believe it, lifting the FA Cup after his team went out to Chelsea, and Rodriguez actually pulls his shot just wide of Courtois, who actually had that far post covered. It was a good hit from the captain. Hometown boy in his second spell here at Turf Moor. He must have scored a cup semi-final goal here in his first spell when he was a young lad going through the ranks under Owen Coyle. You may remember that third goal against Spurs, which took then Championship Burnley into extra time against Tottenham, only for them to lose it in the last couple of minutes. They were unlucky not to go to Wembley that season. And it'll be a corner to Chelsea. No, it's not a corner. It must have been off a Chelsea player last, so it is a goal kick. It did look like a corner from where I was sitting up in the stand. We do have a real bird's eye view up in the Turf Moor commentary box. Here's Remy though. Remy with a shot. Oof! That was a super effort. It was a beaut. I'm not sure how much that went wide by, but it wasn't by much, I can assure you of that. I'd have liked to have seen a better angle from behind the goal, but even from that angle we saw it from there on the playback, it did look as if it wasn't far away, and that would have really put Chelsea back in it. A 2-0 win would take it into extra time. The only way we could have penalties tonight, incidentally, as we just break off here, as Matic chips that in, and it's an easy one there for goalkeeper Butland. The only way we could have penalties, incidentally, if the score ended 3-1 to Chelsea after 90 minutes and extra time, and then that way, if it was to end 3-1 after extra time, then we would have a penalty competition. Here's Redmond, goes for goal, and it hits the post and it rebounds away. Well, what about that for an effort, and how unlucky can you get? That was a tremendous effort, and it came off the bottom of the post, right dead centre, And it bounced very kindly for Cahill. Remy with a header at the other end. He's hit the bar. And then the header back and Butland had to scramble it away. Cuadrado, end-to-end stop there in this second leg. And a penalty given. And it's Trippier on Remy. And it was a similar incident to what happened on Saturday against Norwich. Again off the ball. And Trippier has not heeded the warning. That sort of challenge took Burnley out of the FA Cup, and now they've got to face a penalty again for the second time in 4 days. It's Eden Hazard in front of the Jimmy McIlroy stand, and it's there, 1-0 Chelsea, and it's game on in this semi-final. Just over 10 minutes to go to half-time, and Kieran Trippier has lost his head for the second time in 3 days. No chance Butland, who did guess right. But that was a very accurate penalty by the Belgian international. You can't get better than that. Right in the corner. And all of a sudden, we have a goal. Mike Dean was right on the spot. I think he was right to give the penalty. He did take out Remy. I know, even though it was off the ball, the referee had the authority to say penalty. Neymar at the other end. We got a chance here. Oh, and Neymar was closing in. Rodriguez is still alive for Burnley. And it's nodded away. Here's Galloway trying to volley. And Matic can get it out. Good defending there by Chelsea, keeping their clean sheet intact. And now they're on the break with Ramirez. Remy through once more. He's got Nathan on the far side, but Stones is there now for Burnley. Well, it's game on now as Neymar, right foot. Easy for Courtois. Inside the last minute of the first half. So again, some petulance from Trippier has cost Burnley a goal here tonight, and it cost them an FA Cup place on Saturday, as Will Hughes tries the shot, but it's not troubling the scorers. And in fact, we're into 2 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. A half that's been very open. Both sides have gone for it. Both have hit the woodwork, but it's that penalty goal there from Eden Hazard. That's the difference, and they've still got Diego Costa in reserve on the subs bench as the referee blows for half time. So Burnley trail on the night, but still lead on aggregate. But the goal that separates them tonight came from a defensive mistake, and Eden Hazard put the penalty away after Trippier had fouled Remy. 1-0 to Chelsea at the break. And welcome back to Turf Moor for the start of the second half. Double change there, as you can see. Both Redmond and Hughes both were suffering from tiredness. So Loftus-Cheek will play on the right, and Classy will play. Jordi Classy, in fact, will play in the centre alongside Bojan. So 2 changes for Burnley as we get the second half underway, and it's Hazard the scorer for Chelsea. 1-0 they lead on the night, but trail 3-2 on aggregate. But here is Hazard! What a glorious run, almost well rewarded for Eden Hazard. Tremendous run, and the shot not far off target. So a goal kick given. Hazard a little disappointed with himself there, but he has played very well tonight for Chelsea. He's been there, arguably their best player. Bojan. Now Classy gets his first touch. That's a good ball into the path of the captain. And that's sweet skills by Rodriguez. Good shot. Courtois couldn't hold on. And Bojan's equalised. 1-1. At Burnley, we stood a 2-goal aggregate lead. And that could be the goal that sends Burnley through to Wembley next month. A mistake by the goalkeeper, who couldn't hold on the initial shot on Rodriguez. And Bojan, the ace pincher, makes it 1-1 on the night. And now Burnley lead by 4-2 on aggregate. And Chelsea need to score twice to even force extra time. 1-1. Turned more buzzing yet again. When it was doom and despondency at half-time, it's all cheers and smiles now. Cuadrado for Chelsea. They need to score twice now, thanks to that goal. Cuadrado is still onside there, and the cross is bisected everybody, and how did that stay out? And Stones just whacks it behind for a corner. Now, well, I'm not sure whether we needed goal line technology. Quite clearly there states that he didn't cross the line. It wasn't going in any case. So I don't understand why we were needing a goal line technology in the first place. But never mind, it is a goal. It is a corner regardless. And here comes Cesc Fabregas. Nathan wasn't as effective as he was at Stamford Bridge in the first leg. But Fabregas, a good player to have as a backup, as a substitute. Bennett's been there, seen it, done it, and won everything in the game. Here's the corner. And a great save by Butland. Still not away yet. Matic into the side netting. Well, that was a truly remarkable save here initially. Then Matic with the second header there, as you saw there on the replay. Nodding against it, I think the outside of the post, but he certainly hit the side of the net. And a goal kick. Now Matic. Just a little bit of transfer news. As Subotic brings down his man. Daniel Sturridge is off to Bayern Munich from Liverpool. Subotic gets a yellow card meanwhile from referee Dean. That's the first yellow card of the match of this second leg, and it's come after nearly 67 minutes. So Hazard over the ball, free in the Burnley wall there. Hazard chipping it in, and a good header back by Classy, and Jack Butland will give it a big hoof up front. Retrieved by Cahill. Ivanovic. Chelsea now having to chase it now. Now what's the referee giving here? Goal kick. And we're going to see a change from Chelsea with 20 minutes of the game left. And here comes Diego Costa. That's the second change, incidentally. Loic Memory played a part in winning a penalty which put Chelsea in front on the night. Now Diego Costa now has come on. He suffered that arm injury, of course, in that first leg at Stamford Bridge, but he's fit enough again to be back in amongst the runners today. Could he make the big difference now? He's got 20 minutes to make some kind of impact. Azpilicueta. That's a nice ball to Ivanovic. Matic. Ramirez takes over. And then Rodriguez makes a very, very fair challenge. Gets the ball back again from Classy. And Rodriguez is giving it inexplicably to Matic. And now our next video, we will be all going to St James's Park on February the 2nd for highlights of the next Burnley League game as they look to win the Premier League Championship. Meanwhile here it's Cuadrado in behind, and Rodriguez just again safety first, knocks it out for a corner. 10 to play. Chelsea still need to score twice. 2-1 would not be enough. They need to win by a 3-1 margin to force extra time. Here's Hazard with the corner. Neymar's back flick, and Classy got himself into all sorts of tangles, and Chelsea couldn't take advantage of it. And now all of a sudden we've got a break on here, and the ball over the top, and Ings is onside. He's all right for the offside. It's Danny Ings now to settle the deal, and he's gone straight into Courtois. Trying to be too deliberate about it. But here come Chelsea, end-to-end stuff this. Burnley look as if they're going to do enough to reach Wembley. My goodness, oh, Hazard, no foul. Ramirez. Still Ramirez. And that may well be the last opportunity for Chelsea gone. Final change of the evening, I think, for Chelsea. Here it is, Pedro on for Cuadrado, but I have got no doubt at all. It's not going to make a blind bit of difference now. Hiddink has left his final change until it was probably too late. So Pedro now enters the fray, but there's going to be 4 added minutes, but I doubt Chelsea will score 2 in that time. So Burnley look as if they're going through to Wembley. That equalising goal from Bojan, giving that sizable cushion that they needed in the end. But wait a minute, Boateng with a shot, and a brave block by Neven Subotic. That was really good defending by the former Borussia Dortmund defender. That's what you call putting your body on the line. Chelsea were to score, it'd be no more than consolation in terms of aggregate score at least, and Costa went down as he was trying the shot. No penalty. Cahill. Courtois had actually gone forward, I didn't notice that. Matic. Matic's cross, there's a man free at the far side, and Ivanovic will not get there. John Stones will, and he'll win a throw, and the whistle has gone, and Burnley go through to Wembley, and they'll play neither Leeds United or Everton in the final at the end of next month, maybe early March. We'll confirm the date for you in just a minute or two, but it's Burnley who go through. But it was a pulsating second leg, end-to-end stuff, front a minute stuff. Chelsea took the lead. Chelsea took the lead through a penalty, and then in the second half, a real mistake there from Courtois allowed Bojan to get that important goal. Burnley go through 4-2 overall on aggregate. So Burnley through, but in the other semi, what a game that was. In the end, it was Everton who got through in a tremendous titanic struggle against Leeds United, who conceded 2 away goals, and actually it ended 3-3 after extra time because Everton had scored 2 more away goals, scored 1 more away goal than what Leeds did in the first leg. They go through by 2 away goals to Leeds' 1, even though it ended 3-3 on aggregate. No penalties were needed. Away goals counted double, and it was Everton who go to Wembley to face ourselves. After we beat Chelsea, of course, 4-2 on aggregate. So the final then taking place on actually the 3rd of March, not February as I thought it might have been, because you can't tell with these dates, can you? We play Everton at Wembley. It'll probably be our only appearance at Wembley because now we're out of the FA Cup, but we are in the hunt. It could be the first leg of a possible treble. Before we leave you, let's have a look at what we could get now in the January transfer window. As you well know, that we've actually spent a few quid on players. We bought Aragudo Arizaro and Classy, of course, you've seen a couple of times in the last couple of games, so we bought him in as well. Thibaut Courtois has suddenly left Chelsea as well. That's a little bit of a shocker. With a transfer offer for Rodriguez from a Portuguese side, I'm going to reject all offers. He's our lad, you know, he's our hometown boy. I want him to stay. He's our captain also as well. One must not forget that. To be quite honest, I think we've got a good enough squad there now to constitute. We've got Balotelli coming back. He'll be like a new signing. But we brought 2 extra players in, and to be quite honest, I think that's good enough for us, and that just replenishes the squad, so to speak, and it gives extra competition. Classy's certainly in the centre of midfield, and he'll certainly do all that sort of stuff. So we've decided not to spend any money on transfer deadline day in our last season, but we have bought 2 players in, as you've heard. So I'm content with the business that we've done. I'm very, very pleased. Of course, there's always going to be the odd people that are going to complain and moan, but that's all part of the game. But there you are. On our next match takes us to Newcastle. You'll be able to see full highlights of that game up in the northeast at St James's Park, a wonderful venue for football, and you'll see that on Saturday, on the February the 2nd. So plenty And in fact, there's plenty of good football to look forward to. Despite us being out of the FA Cup, we do have some big marquee games. Of course, we've got Chelsea at Turf Moor coming up. And of course, we've got to go to the Emirates Stadium. And then the first of 2 legs on the 19th as we take on Real Madrid. The first leg at Turf Moor. We play Leicester at home as well. So plenty of home matches as well to come. In actual fact, we've got 3 home games and 2 away matches. Which is quite good. Then next March we've got the Capital One Cup final against Everton. That starts us off. Another match at home to Manchester United. Then we're at home again to Swansea City. And then that second leg, the trip to the Bernabeu to face Real Madrid. And then there's Tottenham away, Watford at home. Then there's an international break. And then games against Hull, West Brom, both away, Southampton at home. And finishing off in May with Everton at Goodison, Stoke at home, QPR at Loftus Road, our last game away from home, and then hopefully at the end we could well be hoisting the trophy aloft at home to Norwich. But thank you very much for watching this particular episode. Join us for the next one at St James's Park. If you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We are looking to get to the 3 figures now in terms of subscribers. There's 79, 80 of you now have subscribed, but we need a lot more than that, of course. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the Twitter address is at Stutzy83. I'll be happy to have you. I'll be happy for you to follow me. Thank you very much, as I say, for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.